what's happening in Ruthie World, or what happened this week. And this is a week ending April 15th, 16th. It was somewhat of an interesting week, if I must say so. I spent some time with Terri Clair, who's an acquaintance of mine that I met some years ago. And she's from Chicago. And so she's been living in Atlanta for a number of years. I would say 3-4 years at this point, and she really likes it. And being in Atlanta has helped her to get some things done in her life. And I know exactly how she feels. But on Tuesday we were together, and she is in the process of finding some people in her family. And there's a cousin that she had never met, and so she called another cousin, and they kind of agreed upon place that they would meet so that they could get together and talk about family history and things like that. And so I went along with her. At first she wasn't going to take me, and I said, well, I'll go with you. I don't want to, just sit around. And so it's a good thing that I did go, because what I did was I filmed the meeting. I filmed the short trip on the way down to Camp Key Parkway with Terri Clair driving. And, she was talking about things and what she wanted to accomplish and what she wanted to get out of the meeting and how excited she was about the meeting. So it was fun, and we got there and we sat there for a couple of hours eating and drinking. Well, me trying not to eat. But I filmed quite a bit of the conversations that they had throughout the evening. So that was fun. And then I started going through the task of categorizing each segment so that when I go to put it together, it'll make sense. So, and that's going to be a segment of my show called Exploring Our Heritage, because I also have some family history that I would like to research out. And then I'd like to tell a story about how after my mother passed away 10 years ago, we found out that she'd had a daughter that we had never known about. And how I went about finding her and digging and looking and asking questions and getting on people's nerves. But because of my persistence, I was able to find her, and also because somebody that had, from my mother's generation, was the one that had all the information. And so because her keeping that information all these years, it was instrumental in helping me to get, to where I wanted to be, and to find this woman that was, that's our sister. And so I did find her. So it was a really happy occasion. So I'll talk about that. And, maybe I'll try and retrace and recap the story of what happened, and, kind of make it into a family saga. And then as for RuthieWorld nightlife, this week Terri Lynn and I went to see Burnt Bacon at Blind Willie's, and what a fun band they were. Oh man, it was just too much fun. I didn't know what to expect, and of course we needed to do something, and both Terri Lynn and I are night people. We kind of like being out at night. So I said, well, let's go to Blind Willie's, and it said Burnt Bacon. I was like, okay, me, I'll try almost anything once. But we were pleasantly surprised. We stayed for about 2 sets. And it was very, very enjoyable, very entertaining, soulful, fun. It was just a whole lot of things. And I mean, they played a Dylan tune called Don't Fall Apart on Me Tonight. I don't think that I could handle it. Oh my goodness. And I had never heard that Dylan song before. But it was a really good tune, and they did it really well with their 3-part harmony. And already I've gotten an email from the Bob Dylan police on YouTube telling me all of this about using it and all these little things. So, if I need to put a disclaimer in the description on the video, fine, I'll do it. As long as that's all I have to do. I don't have a problem with that. But it's a great song. It's a lot of fun. So I have uploaded almost all of the tunes that I recorded on Wednesday night at Blind Willie's. There were 2 tunes in which the camera fell off the table, and in one song what's that song? Oh, You Got to Move. The camera went skidding across the floor while it was still on and it's still recording. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So if I can edit the falling down part out of it, I'll eventually upload it. But right now, I don't really have the patience to edit that out, so I haven't dealt with that. But all of the other footage is really good, and I posted it on Facebook so that people, I've shared it on Facebook, I should say, from YouTube, so that people can look at it and, you know, make comments and do whatever. And I also met the family of Donnie McCormick, who's a very colorful percussionist here in Atlanta, and he passed away some years ago. Well, a few years ago, maybe 2 years at this point. And he was very popular in Northside, you know, with the Northside family, and he was quite a character. Anyway, his wife and son and daughter were there, and it was nice to meet them. And at one point, Josh McCormick got up with the band and did a hip-hop tune. So it's like hip-hop meets blues. And it was fun. It was really, really good. So that video is on Facebook and YouTube. And that was good. I was glad I was able to meet them and talk to them for a little bit. And the other thing is that coming up this weekend is the 3rd annual Sean Costello, I forget the name of it, but it's like, this year marks the 3rd anniversary of his death, and so every year in Northside we get together and they have like a benefit for the Bipolar Disorder Association Society. And you know, everybody who loves Sean comes, and bands get up and play music in tribute to Sean's memory and things like that. And so the Electromatics are performing at 12 o'clock midnight, so I'll be sure and be there. And also John Liebman promised me that I could interview him, and so I'm excited about that. And the interview's not going to be like a Terry Gross from NPR type interview, but it'll be basic questions, and it doesn't have to be long and drawn out, but I do want it to be interesting. And I'm sure John can be an interesting person. But it was nice seeing him the other night playing with Burt Bacon. I hadn't seen him perform in a long time. It was always so much fun to go see him and Sean perform. It was just very entertaining. Everybody always looked forward to it. And when you got the Northside, you claimed your 12-inch by 12-inch space on the floor, and that's when you stood all night, because if you moved, you would lose your space, and then you couldn't dance, and you know, and it's no fun if you can't dance to Sean Costello, you know, event. And it was always an event when he performed. So, you know, he's greatly missed in the Atlanta area, and we loved him, and it was a shock, and it saddened all of us when we lost him. So that's what's going on this week in RuthieWorld. And so if you'll tune in next time, I don't know what I'm going to be talking about, but it should be fun. So take care till next time.